This is the Voice of the Eagles show. And like always, God bless those Philadelphia Eagles. Now we're back with another episode. I got my boy Mitch back at it again. How's it going, man? How you feel, bro?
I'm good. We're 4-0. 4-0. But other than that,
Hey,
man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
yeah, and having said that, let's get right into it. All right, we're 4-0. So my first question for you is, leading up to the Philadelphia Eagles game versus the Washington Commanders, what was your biggest concern leading up to the game?
Honestly, it was the coaching, the play calling. Look how bad it was. I was right. I mean, I knew
Yeah,
the play calling was bad from the beginning to now, and it still is. They got some irons to figure out, but that's my biggest concern.
yeah. There was a 3rd and 11. It was extremely alarming. It was in the red zone, and it's like, why? It was a Kenneth Gainwell run, and that was just shocking, man. It was extremely shocking. So yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I think everybody we're gonna have our eyes on just coaching and play calling just throughout the season. Uh, how do you feel about the win? I know we're 4-0. A win's a win, bro. Please don't give me that. Don't give me that. I hate it. It
I'm
don't
right
sit
there
well
with you,
with me
bro.
when I hear the win's a win. It just, I don't know, man. It don't resonate well with me. But I agree with it. It just
For
it
me,
irks me.
bro, I'm just like the defense was horrible from the beginning. From the beginning to the end, defense was
Yeah.
horrible. Very, very close to winning. Should not even been that close at the beginning. So I'm not okay with it. I'm like, got some things to work out, but I hate the win to win. I hate it too. I'm right there with you.
It's just so nonchalant. But I mean, at the end of the day, a win is a win. So it's hard for me to really argue with that whole notion because it's accurate. But man, I don't know. I just don't like it. I think the term is overused at this point, right? Hey, a win's a win. We won. Like, whatever, man. But okay, thoughts on AJ Brown's performance?
AJ Brown game, man. After he was yelling, complaining about him not getting the ball, he's been
Yeah.
skying up, bro. I know how much you hated that. I'm right there with you to a point, but hey, he's playing good. He's playing like the best wide receiver right now behind Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He's been outstanding. Um and my whole rant about the whole AJ Brown situation, I made sure to preference that by saying I had like a disclaimer, right? Because at the time, no one really knew what actually transpired, and no one knows to this day. It was just a lot of speculations. But I was under the impression that, hey, if it was an issue as far as AJ Brown being a distraction and being selfish, I mean, then that's where I draw the line. But it seemed like that wasn't the case, so I'm all cool. But AJ Brown, he was stellar. And that just goes to show you can't play man against AJ Brown. You can't have a one cornerback following him. You can't play this team man. You can't play him in man. So he went off. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough trying to defend this team if you can't play any man coverage. Um, and that was my biggest takeaway from his performance. He was absolutely amazing. He was amazing. Leading up into the taunting. All right. So I'm not gonna be that guy, right? I'm gonna take a couple steps back because I don't want to be hypercritical. I don't want to seem like an AJ Brown hater, right? So I kind of chill now, okay, when it comes to critiquing AJ Brown. But I will say this: his penalty, was it could have we could have lost the game because of that. So I mean, How do you feel about the costly penalty? And I'll say this. It looked petty to me. I mean, they were going back and forth the entire game. He just placed the ball next to him. I get it. I don't feel like it was that big of a deal, but it is what it is. How you feel about his taunting tirade?
So for me, it's just like you can't taunt anymore. You can't do anything anymore once you score. So knowing that, AJ should have known better. I'll say that. It's just one of
Yeah.
those things where in the moment you did that, hey, it's all good. You just can't do anything anymore.
Fair. Okay, do you feel as though it was warranted, the call? Because I mean, when you look back at it, I mean, he just placed the ball next to him. It wasn't. He did it like it didn't look. It wasn't a huge emphasis on any of his movements or his motions. It was just like he just placed the ball down. So
I hated that call. I mean, like,
yeah,
dude, it's just like why? Like, come on. The heat of the moment, you do that. That's it.
yeah. Jamal says, yeah, that taunt was a slight at our birds. If that was CeeDee Lamb, that would have got praised. Yeah, but look, Jamal, I would say this, all right. From the beginning of the game, right, leading up to that point, the referees, they were in the middle of these guys throughout the whole game. So I'm pretty sure the refs were telling them, like, hey, relax, chill. At a certain point as a referee, you're like, all right, man, I've been telling you guys from the beginning of the game to chill out, to relax. I mean, if you watch the game, you've seen like their interactions and you see the referee getting in between these two guys. So, I mean, from a referee standpoint, I feel as though the referee had already gave them multiple warnings. So it really just boils down to look in those type of situations. When the playoffs or in games that's close, these type of things determine the game, and those type of antics or actions you typically see from not a star player. I mean, AJ Brown is way too valuable, and that's just something. Come on, AJ, you're tearing this kid apart. He's tearing the guy a new a-hole. Okay, he's tearing them to shreds. I mean, come on, in that moment, it's just, come on, AJ, bro, come on, man. Don't want to see it. Okay. And I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna be overly too harsh on AJ Brown, because look, bro, when we first got him, I was calling him the savior. I was saying he's the savior. Think about the last time we had a receiver, right? So golly, to have an AJ Brown, it's a truly a blessing. Seriously. But I mean, come on, AJ, man. Bro, come on, man.
I mean, it's a divisional rival. The Commanders fighting back and forth. Seal the deal?
Yeah.
Boom. And I'm like, shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Night Rider says, dog, we were getting hosed. I mean, I've seen a lot of questionable calls. You seen some questionable calls, Mitch?
Yeah, there's questionable calls everywhere, left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Left and right.
Athena says, why are they testing him a second time? AJ is a beast. I love him. Just ball out. Yeah, AJ is a blessing. That's straight facts. He is, man. But I mean, come on, bro. We don't want to see that. Get your little hiccups and mistakes out of the way now. So when we get into the playoffs and we won't have to worry about that. I think we'll be fine. I actually like it, man. I like that type of stuff from the number one receiver. I like a number one receiver to want the ball, to say, hey, get me the ball. Only in its proper context. Only when the team is winning, cool. Go ahead, go at it. Tell it, I'm sorry. If the team is winning, bro, there's no need for any kind of frustrations. If you're ahead, it's just bad optics. If you're losing, you want the ball, you demand the ball. I'm all for that. But yeah, AJ, can't happen. All right, now the NFL continues to drug test AJ Brown. Okay, now last year, I called it, bro. I called it. AJ Brown posted like a shirtless picture, right? And I made a short, and I'm like, yeah, the NFL is gonna drug test him. I was just joking, right? I was just joking. A week later, bro, they drug tested the man. I'm like, what the heck? So I'm like, felt like I called it, but I was just joking because I seen him shirtless. Like, bro, what the heck? This dude is ripped, bro. He dude looks like a bodybuilder. So I was joking, like, yeah, they're gonna drug test him. And they drug tested him a week later, right after the Steelers game, where he went crazy. I don't know his stats. The Steelers game, man, he went crazy, and they drug tested him. That was the first time they drug tested him. Now here they are again. They're drug testing AJ Brown again. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't understand. Okay, so typically the NFL drug test players like right after like they have like a crazy performance. Maybe to say, hey, they're doing so well, they just had a career day. Is it because of drugs? So let's drug test them. Maybe that's the mindset with the NFL as far as drug testing, because it always happens right after a player has an amazing game. Okay, and for it to happen 2 years in a row with AJ Brown. It's awkward to me. The NFL must feel as though AJ Brown's on something. I mean, this is the second year. Like, why are they? I don't know, bro. How you feel about the drug testing for a second consecutive year? Do you feel as though it's just the NFL just hating on the Philadelphia Eagles because this is what they do, or is it? I don't know. How you feel about it? I need your take on it, bro.
Honestly, it's hilarious because we kind of saw it coming, right? We kind of saw it after this kind of game when he balls out. Saw it coming. I get an alert on my phone, like AJ Brown getting drug tested, and I'm like, of course. They do that every single time, but why don't they do that to Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill? Why is it always AJ Brown? Why is it always those guys? Not even Debo. I can go on and on. Why is it only AJ Brown?
Great point. Man, that's my whole thing, man. Like, why? I mean, this is the second consecutive year. Are they picking on them? Like, they don't do this to any other receivers or players for that matter. I mean, I've never heard of it happening 2 years in a row consecutively, honestly.
No.
But it's strange, man. It's strange. It's weird. I'll just leave it at that. Another drug test, man, and I'm gonna have to boycott like the NFL, whoever's like doing these drug tests, because it's ridiculous. It comes off as like, are you picking on our guy? Like, you don't do this to, like you said, they don't do it to Justin Jefferson.
They don't do it to Jamar Chase. They don't do it to Debo. They don't do it. I can go on and on. Tyreek Hill, Waddle. Like, they don't. They only do it to AJ Brown. I don't get it. I don't.
Reed Blankenship. Just your initial thoughts on just his just him gaining a role as a starter and just where he came from. I'm shocked, bro. I'm it's a pleasant surprise for me. What's your take on Reed Blankenship?
It's about time that we get a safety that's making noise, doing all the right things. Hey,
Yeah.
we actually have people are telling me that we have a safety now that we can build around, that he can actually evaluate for the future. And I'm like, hold on, he had a couple good games here and there. Let's see how he does. But hey, I'm a huge fan of Blankenship right now.
Yeah, and he's undrafted too, which is just like wild.
I know, it's crazy, right? It's crazy.
Undrafted guy. His play in overtime, where really it was just his forearm that kind of, you know, negated a huge play for Washington that would have put them in field goal range to potentially win that game. And I mean, his coverage was. I mean, he broke up a deep ball earlier that game. To see him make plays and coverage. Okay, I mean the receiver, he caught the ball. It was a catch. It could, I mean, if they would have ruled it a catch, it would have stood, right?
Yeah.
They would not. You can't overturn that rule. That's how. I mean, you can't overturn that call. That's how close it was. So if they would have ruled it a catch, that would have been a catch. But initially, since they ruled it, since they didn't, I mean, okay, let me ask you this: what's your take? Do you think it was a catch? I think it was a catch, bro. I think it was a catch.
I'm
I'll be
going with
honest.
it's a catch. That was a catch, man. The guy landed on Blankenship's arm. He was in. That was a catch, in my opinion. But hey, the ref
And
made
look,
a
bro,
bad call in our favor.
if you look at the replay, it looked as if his foot was in. You literally couldn't tell definitively from the replay. So yeah, so thank God it was ruled not a catch, because if they ruled it a catch and looked back at it, you can't overturn that. So you just go with whatever they ruled initially before the replay. But regardless, it was a pass breakup. It was an incompletion.
Mm-hmm.
So again, with Reed Blankenship, all right, you want to see him be better in coverage, right? Plain and simple. He can tackle. You know, he can do all of the things that's required from a safety. But the only question was him in coverage, and I think seeing those two pass breakups and coverage, deep balls, bro, that was amazing. If he can put all of that together, dude, he's going to be an elite safety for a long time. He's going to keep getting better. So it's great to see his progression in that area. So that's amazing. I'm happy. But like you said, we haven't had a safety. Golly, I mean, when we're at our peak, when we're winning championships, we have a safety.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep,
I love him, man. I love Reed.
great.
Thoughts on NICHOLAS Morrow? His performance, nobody's saying it coming. 3 sacks, 11 total tackles, a forced fumble, 3 quarterback hits, 3 tackles for a loss. This guy was just cut from the Eagles, and we picked him back up. So what's your thought on his performance? I know you didn't see it coming. No one seen that coming.
No one saw this coming at all.
What was your initial take watching that?
So for me, my take is where's Nakobe Dean's done. I will put Morrow in instead of Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean's been injured how many times in his 2 years already? So I would. Oh my god, I forgot about that. So yeah, I would definitely NICHOLAS Morrow over Nakobe Dean.
Oh man, you know what? Wow. I did not even think about like the whole Nakobe Dean aspect, bro.
Right.
I'm not interfering in what we got going on with our linebackers right now. I'm not, bro. I'm sorry. They're playing well. Now, a lot of that is due to the D line, right? So I feel like if Nakobe Dean will come in, and I think the production won't drop off just due to our defensive line is creating so many plays and opportunities for the linebackers to where the linebackers could just run around freely and just clean up whatever the D line doesn't get. Like there was a sack where Fletcher Cox, Fletcher Cox could have made the sack, but he didn't, and I mean the moral was just right there. And also I can also attribute that to the defensive coordinator calling those linebacker blitz the middle linebackers were blitzing up the middle, and it was really affecting Sam Howell. So I'll give credit to Sean Desai for scheming his players to make plays, because that's what good coaches do. So I'll give some credit to Sean Desai. And yeah, we'll get more into Sean Desai for sure. Jake Elliott, he's a difference maker. Without Jake Elliott, I think we lose. We probably lose a couple games. Without Jake Elliott. How did watching the initial kick, watching it live? How did you feel? Like, were you like? Did you have any doubt?
Did I have
No.
any doubt? No. Like, no. This guy is a huge difference maker for our team. Whenever we need him, he kicks it right up our it's just good. People are calling him the best kicker in our franchise history. And I'm like, David Akers? Hello. But hey, Jake Elliott's coming clutch. Whenever we need him the most, he's right there.
That's a great debate, man. David Akers was legit.
Yeah.
David Akers was legit, but Jake Elliott, oh, that's a debate right there, man. Who you got? Jake Elliott or
I got David Akers because that's the guy I grew up on. I'm going David Akers, man. Yeah. I need more. It's funny. Oh my God. I was at the game, 4th and 26. I was there when David Akers kicked that field goal for the win. So for that reason, I'm taking David Akers.
Yeah. I mean, but no, is he in the Hall of Fame? He should be in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think so. Zach, is he in the Hall of Fame? Let me know, because I'm actually curious about that now. But
yeah, he should be. He should be. He should be. But yeah, right now I'll definitely give it to David Akers, because I mean Jake Elliott, he's still playing. So at his pace, I think he'll get him eventually.
Yeah,
if he continues at this rate, I think he'll get him.
Oh yeah. If he'll continue at this rate, kicking 60-yard plus field goals, he would definitely get there.
Yeah. Let's just run through the comments real quick. They kind of piling up. That's the team that beat us last year. Chill out. Bama says that's the team. Okay. Knight says even on the shove, the defensive tackle was offsides, but they called it on Dickerson. Yeah, they did. They were playing us on a couple of calls. Can I get a wrench? If you're here to the end of the stream, I give you a wrench, and also you have to go sub to Mitch's YouTube channel.
20 away from 3K.
I'll
20 away.
I'll put it in the description for you guys.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Last year versus the Steelers, AJ had 6. He had 6 catches for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. Man, that was crazy. Jamal says Reed reminds me of Harrison Smith. Honestly, I don't know. Reed I don't know, man. Reed Blankenship. I really don't have a comp for him right now. What's the guy from Arizona? Pat Tillman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at him as that's his name, right? Mitch?
I think so.
Yeah, I look at him as like a Pat Tillman kind of a, I don't know. Give me a couple years, and because he's still getting better, it's hard to really say. Morrow and Cunningham are playing good together right now, so I don't know if you can put Dean right back in the starting lineup. Jordan, I think you can just plug and play linebackers, because again, it's so easy for the linebackers, because the D line is just you can't get to the set. You can't get to the linebackers as a blocker. You can't get to the linebackers because the defensive tackles, the defensive ends, the edge rushers, they are really, the linemen, they just can't get to the second level to be able to block the linebackers. The linebackers are just running around freely. So I think that's a plug and play kind of position where I think you can almost plug just about any linebacker in there. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. That's how good the defensive line is. I promise you. Akers says, they can't Can't Stop Me says Akers was clutch and strong wins. Yeah, he had a strong leg.
Yeah.
Mitch can attest to that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Akers was that guy. Like, he was that guy, and especially after what he said about the Dallas Cowboys on the draft. I know you guys remember that.
Yo, that was epic, bro. That was epic. You said Jake got it. David made tough kicks and longevity, but not more big situations or big game kicks. I think right now you got to give it to David Akers because, again, I mean, Elliott's career is not over, right? And based off what Elliott has done in his career right now, you can't. I mean, Jake, if you're comparing Jake Elliott's career as of now to David Akers, David Akers got him. So you will have to wait until his career is over to even debate that. But right now, it's David Akers for me, in my opinion. And I know Mitch feel the same way. So
Yeah. They're with it.
Yo, I gotta you got a David Akers jersey, bro? I don't see a lot of David Akers jerseys. It reminds me of Vander Ash with the motor. Okay, that's fair. You think the Washington Commanders are a legitimate contender?
Better than the Giants, but I don't know if I see him as contenders yet.
Yeah. Okay.
You got Eagles, you got Niners, you got Cowboys, sadly. Who else am I forgetting? I know there's more teams out there. I'm just drawing a blank.
Yeah, I mean, based off the NFC, okay, let me ask you: do you see the Commanders potentially making it to playoffs?
I could see them making it to the playoffs. I can. It's like below the Eagles and the Cowboys, but I got to look through the division. So yeah, they're definitely better than the Bears. They're not better than the Lions. Would you take them over the Packers?
I don't. That's early. Look, I'm kind of high on Washington. I like what they're building there. I feel like if they get a quarterback, I think they'll be pretty solid. I think they're like I was high on them since last year. I thought they were going to be better than Dallas.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just they just don't have a quarterback. And what I seen from Sam Howell, he was composed. He played really, really well. So I mean, they played us to the wire. They beat us last year. So I'll give them some credit because I mean they beat us last year and they played us pretty well. So I was just wondering, like, man, why we I know it's a division game, but it was just like I was just thinking, like, man, why do we struggle with Washington?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think they're a solid. I think they're
They
a solid
are,
team. I think
because I would take them
they'll
over the
make some noise.
Yeah, I would take them over the Vikings. I would take them over the Falcons. I would take them over the Panthers. I would take them over the Saints. I would take them over the Buccaneers. I would take them over the Cardinals. Take them over the Rams. So yeah, just based on that alone, they're better than the whole NFC South.
Yeah. So they definitely have a chance to making the playoffs.
Yes, they do.
Yep. Okay, so how did this 4-0 feels compare? How did this 4-0 feel compared to last year's 4-0?
I feel like it's the same thing
Is
with
there
the
similarities or
There's
differences?
similarity with the defensive coordinators. That's one. Two, I feel like the running game as a whole, as a committee, was better last year than this year because you only have Swift and Gainwell who's not doing anything. You don't have Penny. You don't have Scott. So I would take the committee last year. Wide receivers, I guess I'll take last year's because Watkins has been out for a couple games already, and now the Eagles fans are talking about getting Chase Claypool. So tight end, same thing. It's like a Watt. It's like 50-50, give or take. Defensively, I'll take last year over this year. Definitely.
For sure. All right. Offensive defensive coordinators improved. Have you seen? I know last time we talked about we were grilling the coordinators, man. Like, I want to know, how do you feel about the coordinators right now as far as have you seen any improvements? Or I mean, how do you feel about it? Just your overall impression on them. after 4 games.
I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I'm nervous. But hey, we're 4-0, right? People are saying we're 4-0. Sean decides giving me Jonathan Gannon vibes. I did like the play calling last year on the offensive side compared to this year. So, yeah. Improved. I'm guessing that offense, yes, but defense, no.
Okay. And I mean, they run like the same. They have the same philosophy. As far as the two defensive minds
Yeah.
with the two coordinators. Like last game, you see like Darius Slay playing 10 yards off. And it's like this. It's just some of it just look like the same. Some of the same principles that we were disgusted by from last year with the corners, man. And that's my biggest thing, man. Sometimes it just gives me Jonathan Gannon vibes, bro. God, man. But I would say, I mean, as the season progresses, hopefully we'll see improvements.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Was this Jalen Hurts' best game of the season?
I would say so. Over 300 yards and a couple touchdowns to A.J. Brown. I feel like the pocket awareness was good. His rushing was good. I feel like it was. How about you?
Yeah, and bro, it seems like this first month of football was really these guys' preseason, man.
Yeah.
It looks like I just see. I don't know. It's just like I'm getting preseason vibes, man. It's like, bro, what are y'all doing right now? It's like, I don't know. I think this first month was preseason. Honestly,
I agree on that 1,000%.
I think it was just preseason, bro. Because I mean, you look at it, they haven't. We don't play in the preseason. We don't get any actual. I mean, you gotta get accustomed to the speed of the game, and the only way to simulate that is actually playing in meaningful football games. So, yeah, I feel like this is just preseason, the first month, and I'm still optimistic, and hopefully they start, dominating.
Yep.
Cam Jurgens injury, he's like week to week. Do you have any faith in him moving forward? Because during training camp, I've been real quiet about this, man. During training camp, I watched Cam Jurgens and I was real high on him. I got a lot of flack because I was saying, hey, I think he'll be better than Jason Kelce. This was him as a rookie. I was watching him in preseason. I'm like, man, I think he'll be better. I think he has the potential to be better than Jason Kelce. And they killed me, bro. They killed me with that take. But I mean, looking at him now at guard, I'm thinking maybe, that's just not his natural position, so he's struggling. But I'm off of the Cam Jurgens bandwagon, man. I mean, I was really high on the guy, Jason Kelce handpicked him. I mean, I'm seeing him pull and just knocking guys flat on their butt. I'm like, whoa, this dude. I mean, he's moving. He's pulling and he's turning that corner, looking like he's ready. I mean, he's laying guys out. I'm like, oh man, this dude looks like Jason Kelce. He looks like, oh man, I'm fired up. But this year, dog, I mean, I don't know if it's him. It's a change of position, so maybe he looks a bit different. But how you feel about Cam Jurgens?
I like him. But with this injury, it does have me some concerns because Tyler Steen was out. The offensive line is our best thing and part of the whole team. It helps us with the brotherly shove, the touch push. So I am kind of nervous with this injury, but I'm not going to take it like, okay, we're doomed. But it does have me kind of nervous. I do have faith. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on Cam. Josh Jobe. Oh my God, they're killing Josh Jobe, bro. The comments I'm getting about Josh Jobe, they're tearing him a new one. I think he's young. I'm kind of high on Josh Jobe and Eli Ricks, all of our young secondary players. So, um, I'm a bit biased because I like our young secondary pieces.
Yeah.
Um, how do you feel about Josh Jobe? They're killing Josh Jobe. They're ripping him apart. I'm like, he's young. What's your take on Josh Jobe and Eli Ricks?
For me, it's like they're young. They still got some developing to do. And here's the thing: if Zach McPherson wasn't injured, he'll be playing right now instead of these guys, and we're not being hearing about it. So
But no, I mean Zach McPherson, he was getting torched the preseason before he got injured.
He was getting torched back to back. I mean, Josh Jobe and Eli Ricks, they still got development. Zach McPherson's been there for a couple years now. What, like 2 or 3? So I would take him over experience over these guys. So I mean, hey, they're young guys. Give them time. I hate it.
Yeah. So I would you, bro? I've been shocked. I mean, because I don't know, maybe because I'm high on the young guys, but yeah, they've been ripping them. Have you been seeing it, or is it just?
I have.
Have you?
I have, not on my videos, but I've seen them on Twitter.
Yeah. Okay. Word.
Twitter's the worst. Or X.
Haason Reddick finally gets a sack. Can he duplicate last year's production?
I don't know if he can repeat it, because in the beginning he had a broken thumb injury. It's going to take him a couple weeks for that. But he got him 1 sack. Maybe that will build him some more confidence, self-esteem. So I could see it, but nothing like last year. So how many sacks did he have last year? 13?
I mean, 19 and a half, including playoffs.
Yeah.
Including the playoffs. So he was on a tear. And I think after like week 3, I think the first 2 games, he didn't have any sacks. And yeah, I think it was the Washington game with Carson Wentz, the first game facing Carson Wentz, facing Washington Commanders. And after that, bro, he just went on a tear.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's at 1 right now. Yeah, that's I don't know if he could duplicate it either. I mean, come on, man, that was a crazy year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know, bro. I hope he does.
I hope he does too, because we need it. The defense needs it.
Yeah, and I don't think there's been much drop off with Haason Reddick outside of his thumb injury to where he was playing with a cast, but the cast is off. His first game without the cast, he gets a sack. So I think the opposing teams, they still feel him on the field, right? They feel his presence. He's either going to open everything else up for the D line and other pass rushers, or it's all about how you can't stop everybody. So if there's going to be times where Haason Reddick is just going to be free, or he's going to have his moments to where he can actually make plays, because you can't just key in on one guy the entire game, and if you do, other people are going to eat. And I don't think week to week throughout the season teams are only going to be trying to stop Haason Reddick. So I think he's going to get his. But I mean, duplicating last year, I hope he does.
I do too. We got tougher opponents this year. We got the Dolphins, Niners, Chiefs. I go on and on. We got tougher opponents this year. Pretty good on the offensive side. So it's going to be tough.
That stretch is going to be wild.
Yeah, the Bills too. We got the Bills for the next 4.
Hi, Mitch. I got a couple more questions for you, and I'm gonna let you go, bro. But let's get into the comments real quick.
All good, man. All good.
All right, yeah, they're starting to pile up. Jordan says, I can't wait until November 5th. My first time at the link. Oh my God. I hope you got good seats, bro.
Yeah.
And you're gonna love it. Jake got it, David.
Oh, we already saw this one.
Yeah, I read some of these. Yo, what's up, Myron?
What up, bro?
Can someone tell me? Can someone tell me why our DB plays so off the line? We never press. Well, the reason is because the scheme, you like the some of the defensive backs in the corners when they're playing back, it gives them more time to read certain keys. So it's all a scheme. If you're pressing, you don't have enough time to actually read certain things that you need to read. So they play off in order to read whatever their progressions are on the field, and then they react accordingly. But man, it's rough. It's rough. I mean, golly, bro. That's my biggest pet peeve. I want our defensive backs pressing and just blitz. Just blitz. Because that's what I do in Madden. Okay. I press and I have the corners play up and try to disrupt the timing, and I'm blitzing. So yeah, that's what I would like. Why Myron says why aren't we pressing? Man, I want to see more press. I want to see it. I would love to see it. I mean, you press and just go from there. If they give up a big play, so be it. I want these guys being aggressive, but it's a part of the scheme. It's a scheme. It's a philosophy that Nick Sirianni believes in, right? So whoever comes in, that's going to be the philosophy. That's going to be the scheme that Jonathan Gannon did it last year, and they hired somebody else to implement the same philosophy. So I want to see them press so bad. I do, bro. I do. I understand you guys. Jordan says we give the wide receivers 8 to 10 yards. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Garbage. Josh is horrible. See what I mean?
This is what you're talking about.
Josh Jobe. Yeah, he's saying Josh Jobe is horrible. The Eagles Collective says, considering the situation Job is in, he's not doing as bad as we think. I mean, he's young, so Haason got to get back to the grind mode since he was injured. Jamal says, is our coaching really good enough to get us back to the bowl?
That's when talent comes into play.
Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand. I mean, the coaches got to put the players in a position to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're trying to figure out now. I hope so, Jamal. We definitely love the talent and players. All right, cool. Couple more questions. Still no punter. Still no punter. Now, I've seen some improvements in the special teams as far as Bertain Covey.
Yes.
I've been done. I was over Bertain. I was over Covey. I was over him, man, for real. I don't know how he made the team, but I've seen improvements, so I'm cool. I like it. I'm fine with him back there returning kicks. He looks decisive. He's hitting hitting the lanes, and he's getting positive yards. He's the Buccaneers game. I mean, golly, that boy.
Yeah.
I was loving it. I was surprised. How you feel about the special teams, bro?
Still the weakest part of our team, but Covey's been impressing me lately. Like getting those yards, getting us in the right position. So just on that alone, we're better than last year with just your Covey. You know what I think it is though? Remember when the Eagles picked up Devin Allen just as a backup? That sparked in Britton Covey. It's like, okay, I got competition here. I know why I'm here for. I can't lose my spot. He's not Carson Wentz, but I'm just gonna say, man, that lit a spark under Britton Covey. That did.
1,000%. And I think someone asked me about it, and I said the exact same thing. And I think that the day of the game or the night before, they had just elevated Devon Allen to the active roster.
Yep.
And right after that, Bertain Covey he looks like a really good punt returner. You know, and I'm like, there has to be some correlation in it, those, in that. So that's a great take, but that's a great point. Michael Clay, the special teams coach, he came out and said he watched tape with Covey, and okay, whatever. I'm not buying. I'm not really buying. I'm pretty much done with Michael Clay. Honestly, I don't really listen to anything he says. But I heard that, and I don't know. I kind of felt like it was BS, or I just really didn't care. I'm under the impression, just like you said, bro. The competition. As soon as we were all calling for Devon Allen to be on the active roster to return punts, right?
Yep.
As soon as he was activated, the day before. Wait, was he activated the night before the game, or
I think it was the night
the
before
day
the
of the
day
game?
of. It was the night before.
Okay,
I
yeah,
think it was the night before. Night before.
yeah. Or that morning, or something like that. Harvey went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look, bro. I didn't even know that was him. That Buccaneers game.
Right.
I was like, "Who's that?" I'm
Nobody
like,
knew
"What?
who that
I'm
was.
like, that's
No one
Cubby."
knew who that was.
I'm like, that's Cubby. What? Where was this? Where was this? I mean, it was wild. It was wild. But special teams, do you see improvement? Do you see overall improvement?
Overall improvement. The kicker's doing a great stuff. Brendan Covey's doing amazing right now. I have to give him that credit. But other than that, not really.
What about Brandon Mann? His first punt was horrible, bro. He had a couple bad punts. Golly, we need a punter. We need a punter.
Yeah.
We need a punter. We need a punter.
The fact that we don't have anything is still shocking.
I mean, you can't find anybody to kick the ball. Like, come on, man. It's depressing. It's depressing. I mean, his first punt. Well, he played last. Did he play the Buccaneers game? Yeah.
I think so.
His first punt against the Commanders was horrible. Oh my God.
Yep.
He had two really terrible punts, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Man, we need a punter. We need a punter.
Mm-hmm.
We need a punter bad. Well, Philadelphia Eagles sweep the Washington Commanders.
I don't know, man. That was too damn close. When it's always the NFC East division rival, whenever it's the Giants, Cowboys, Commanders, it's always a dogfight, bro. It's always a dogfight to the very end. Got in overtime, Jake Elliott seals the deal. So if we mess up in the next game, I can see the Commanders taking it. But if the Eagles and the playmaking are better, I'll take the Eagles.
No. Wait. Okay. I need a yes or a no. Would the Philadelphia Eagles sweep the Commanders? Don't try to like dance around the question, bro. Will we sweep them?
Fine, I'll say yes. I'll say yes.
Okay, got you. All right. Biggest concern after the 4-0 start. Biggest concern.
Playmaking and defense.
Playmaking, play calling?
Play calling and playmaking, same thing. I was just talking basketball with a buddy an hour ago. So yeah,
okay,
play calling.
So it'll be the play calling and the defense. Got you. All right, now I'm gonna put you on the spot. I don't know if you looked at like tape as far as the Rams. I really don't until like maybe a Wednesday or a Thursday or something like that. So it's early. But I'm gonna put you on the spot, bro. The score prediction versus the Rams and the keys to victory.
All right. Score prediction. I'm just going to write this right now. 28-20. Because, Matthew Stafford is injured. He does have a hip injury. They still don't have Cooper Kupp. The offense is still not as good, but the defense with Aaron Donald, that's where my concern is a little bit. because you got to go up against this injured offensive line with the greatest of all time defensive tackle. So that is a little bit, but my keys to victory: rush Matthew Stafford. We got to get to the quarterback. Oh my God, I
For
did it
sure.
again. We got to get to the quarterback. That's one. Two, the play calling, man. The play calling changes everything. There's people on Twitter telling me that it's the talent more than play calling, and I'm like, no, it's the play calling got to get fixed. The offensive line, and just Hurts. That's another thing too. Hurts got to keep this momentum going after last game. Last game was his best game of the season. Can he keep that up for the next week and the week after and the week after? So I got to go Jalen Hurts, offensive line, play calling.
For sure. Yeah, and I mean, without Cam Jurgens, who's going to play guard? And they move Aaron Donald around to like get him, against your weakest link. And if who's our backup guard? What's his name? Some no-name guy, honestly.
Opeta?
Yeah, something like that, bro. Like, golly. I mean, Aaron Donald get a yikes. Aaron Donald get
don't forget Tyler Steen was out last game too. So that's a big blow.
Tyler? What happened? Where is Tyler Steen? What happened to Tyler?
Injured. I don't know. He was just injured.
When did he even get injured?
I think he was out last game. I think he got out injured either the game before or practice during the week. I don't know what happened, but hey, we need Tyler Steen. We need Jurgens. So just for this game, our offensive line's got to be good.
Yeah, bro. I haven't heard about Tyler Steen at all. After training camp, I don't know what happened. I haven't heard anything about him.
Yeah, I haven't either, man. It's kind of it's weird.
But he's hurt right now?
He's hurt. He was out last week, yep. I don't know if he's going to play. Can someone in the chat tell me, is he going to play on Sunday? Because if he's not, I'm nervous. If he is, I'm still a little nervous. Just because Cam Jurgens out.
Myram says, I feel bad. Yo, Myram, what's going on with Tyler Steen, Myram? Myram says, I feel bad for Goddard. He probably not getting 1K yards. Yeah, he's not getting 1K yards. I don't know the offense. They've been trying to target him. I mean, against against the Commanders, he was targeted. He converted a couple key third downs. So I mean, that's better than the first game. He wasn't targeted at all. On third down, the team's targeting him. I'm just implement him in the game. I want to see him like involved. Yeah. So as long as I see him involved, I'm not too much worried about the stats. But golly, I would love for Dallas Goedert to get 1,000 yards. That's just me personally. I would love it. I would be extremely happy. If Dean come back, I want Morrow over Dean. Morrow over Dean.
I said that earlier, and I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah. And man, that's bro. You can't say anything about Nakobe Dean, and that's not indicative of him playing and being productive, because man, the fan base, they love some Nakobe Dean, right?
They do.
So
I don't, because I'm a Michigan fan and they beat me up every single year, so I am a Michigan fan. Yeah. But
I think you could put it. I think you could just plug and play the linebackers. Honestly, I think Nakobe Dean. When Nakobe Dean comes back, he's going to be starting.
Yeah.
I think they're going to, if he's healthy, 100% healthy, I think they're going to let me ask you this, bro. If Nakobe Dean comes back 100% healthy, do they start him?
No, because he hasn't been on the field in God knows how long.
Yeah, okay.
Availability. Availability, that's the key word.
Yeah, all right. So, I mean, if you're looking at it from an organization perspective, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Howie is going to say, "Hey, Nakobe Dean is back. He's healthy. Morrow, he's going to start. You're going to go to the." Do you think Howie interferes with the cohesiveness with the linebackers and
I
putting
mean,
Nakobe Dean in?
it's
You don't think?
it's with the eye test and the numbers. You just read the numbers in the Morrow couple 20 minutes ago. You've been reading the numbers of Morrow. You've seen his production on the field. The guy was cut. We brought him back. Like everything this guy has been through, he shows up why we should keep NICHOLAS Morrow over Nakobe Dean. The only reason I can see Nakobe Dean there is just for merch for his jerseys. That's the only reason I can see him there.
And like Howie, I remember with Alshon Jeffrey and some other guys, Howie's loyal to some of his guys, and he can be a bit stubborn. So I don't know. I think me personally, I think you could plug any linebacker back there, and the D line will make it just so much easier for your linebackers. But that's interesting to see, man. That's interesting to see what happens when the Kobe Dean actually comes back.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Myron also says we gotta stop that Ricky wide receiver. Yeah, I know you heard about the Rams. That dude is on pace to break. This rookie, right, is on pace to break the all-time receptions, the all-time leader in yards in a season.
Yeah.
I think he's on pace to break that. That's wild.
He
What's
is.
his name? Puka Nuka? I don't even know.
I
Bro.
don't even know his name, but I should. I need to put respect on his name.
Yeah, that's wild. What Matthew Stafford does with his number one receivers.
Yeah.
You look at what he did with Cooper Kupp and what he's doing with this rookie. I'm starting to feel like a lot of Calvin Johnson's success was because of Matt Stafford. Now, I know that's probably a hot take. But I mean, if you look at what Matthew Stafford does with his number one receivers, this is a rookie, bro. And dude is on pace to just break crazy receiving records. Puka, I'm not even gonna try it. I'm gonna just say Puka. He's friends with one of Dana White's kids. Dean will start when he's ready. I think so too.
But what if Morrow keeps us up, bro? What if he keeps us up and just keeps that connection with Zachary Cunningham?
Yeah, man. I think
I gotta stick to what's hot, man. I gotta stick to what's hot.
Okay, look, bro. As far with Morrow, right? I'm not interfering with me personally. If it's my call, I'm not interfering with. He has the high hand.
Yeah.
If in basketball, you keep going to the high hand, right?
Yep.
You keep going to the high hand. This dude, you don't interfere with that, man. You don't interfere with that chemistry. I mean, he just had 3 sacks. Now again, this dude was just cut. Okay, he wasn't even good enough to make the Philadelphia Eagles team.
Right.
Let's keep that in the back of our head when we're discussing this. Now, I feel like a lot of his success is for one, Sean Desai. He schemed it perfectly to have those linebackers blitz up the middle.
Yeah.
And you see the D line again. The D line, it's easy. It's so easy when you have a defensive line that's holding up these blocks, and no one can get to the linebackers because they're so occupied with the defensive line. So I think when you combine the fact that the D line is elite, okay, they're making the linebackers' job so much easier, and the fact that Sean Desai, he's seen a weakness or a flaw in Washington and with the Washington Commanders to where he pretty much designed a game plan to where you have the linebackers blitz up the middle, and it was really effective. So I think a lot of NICHOLAS Morrow's success is because of the D line. Really a huge part of it is the D line. and Sean Desai kind of schemed it up a little bit. But you have to give NICHOLAS Morrow credit because he was out there making the plays, right? So I gotta agree with you. Bro. I keep you. I mean, it's working. You don't want to. I don't know, man. I wouldn't mess with it because it's working right now. Now, if NICHOLAS Morrow goes in the next game and stinks it up, okay, cool, make that switch.
Yeah.
But for now, I mean, you don't rush Nakobe Dean back. You don't rush him. I think you just keep it how it is, man. Honestly, and I look, bro. I'm a Nakobe Dean. I'm a huge fan of Nakobe Dean, right? But you got it's working. The dude just had 3 sacks.
Yep.
That's crazy. As a middle linebacker, yeah. I'm not messing with it. Honestly.
I'm not either.
That's tough. I can't believe I'm saying it. Because I'm in a Kobe Dean head, bro. Puka is friend. Okay, I read that one. We was worried about linebacker all offseason. So we kind of have to give Morrow credit. Yeah, I mean, because he's out there making the plays.
Yeah.
The coaching isn't making the plays for him. He's making the plays. So yeah, he gets credit. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was with the Bears with Sean Desai, right?
I think so. That makes sense.
So Sean Desai, he brought Morrow with him to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And it just so happened, I guess he maybe knows the scheme and he know how to utilize Morrow. So yeah, that's wild. I stay with him.
Yes.
I stay with him. Zach Cunningham is playing well. You can't move. It's tough to. That's tough. Bro. I really, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even think of this dynamic. I never thought of this whole. I'm freestyling on. I never thought, man, what happens when the Kobe Dean returns?
Yeah.
Golly. Hey, that's gonna be something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got chemistry. What else I got for you, bro? That's it, man. That's all I got for you, bro. It's supposed to have been. It was only supposed to have been 30 minutes. It's an hour.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Hey, man.
45 minutes,
Good
man.
conversation. It's very good. We care about the birds, man. We love our birds, so this is what happens.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, and yeah, bro. We'll have to discuss like scheduling because the Philadelphia Eagles don't have any 12 o'clock. They don't have any. I don't know their schedule. They don't have any 12 o'clock games. Not really. They don't have that many.
No, for 1 o'clock for me. Hold on, I need to look at this. Like, yeah, we don't really have much of anything. Like any of these games, it's crazy. Like 4 o'clock this Sunday.
We have some Sunday. We have a lot of yeah, man. It's wild. It's wild with the schedule of the team.
Like 4 o'clock, 4:25, 8:20. The next Commanders game is at 1.
Yeah.
So 4:25, 8:15, 4:25, 4:25, 8:20, 4:25, 4:30, 1. We have 3 1 o'clock games total. Another Commanders and then the Cardinals.
All right. This is my last question for you, bro. We got a stretch of like a 6-game stretch to where it's extremely brutal. It starts with. Does it start with the Cowboys? No, it starts with the Bills or.
Hold on, I just looked at the schedule. Let's see, I just had it. All right. Come on, man. So we got the Rams, then the Jets, then the Dolphins, then the Commanders, then the Cowboys. Then it's the bye week. Then it's the Chiefs, Bills, Niners, then the Cowboys, then the Seahawks. So it's after week 10.
After that bye?
After that bye, yep. So we got to win mostly every single game until then. So I feel like we can beat the Rams. I feel like we can beat the Jets. Dolphins, I'm not sure. Commanders, I feel like we can beat. The Cowboys, I feel like we can beat.
Yeah.
So
you think we split with the Cowboys?
Probably, yeah. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I know, man. I would never. Yeah, I'ma just always be biased with us and the Cowboys. I always say we're gonna beat the Cowboys, even if I know we're gonna lose to them. But yeah, I think we split with them honestly. Yeah, that's gonna be that's where we really see where we stack up, right? As far as like being, one of those top tier teams in the NFL. Man, so it's gonna get crazy, and we're definitely gonna be here to dissect it. A couple more comments, and we're getting out of here. Brian says, "Yeah, y'all are right. Go with the flow. Got to. I just think Dean will start when he returns. Like how he's loyal to his guys. So I just wouldn't mess with it. Me personally, I wouldn't mess with it." He also says, and let's get Swift more time. Swift, that dude. Yeah, Swift is elite. Swift is elite. But that's the stream, guys. We'll come with these a day after every Sunday game. So stay locked in. This is the Voice of the Eagles show. Like always, God bless those Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to Mitch. We're gonna link him in the description. Bro, where can they find you? Where can they find you, bro?
So you can find me on YouTube at Mitch Costly. The link's in the description. And Hardcore Sports Network. Not a lot of people go there, but go over there more. So
W Stream, appreciate that, Myram. Myram says the W Stream. Myram, go check out Mitch.
Just to let you guys know, I got an Eagles podcast tonight at 6:30. It's my MK Headlines. That's where we dissect the Eagles. So it's me, Further AM, next shift Randy at 6:30. And then I'm live streaming the Phillies tonight. So
What
I got
time?
the Phillies tonight, 8 o'clock, 8:08. That's when they start. So if you like baseball, I'm trying to get back into it. So it's just like, come hang out, man.
Hey, we're out. Peace.